taxes on the wheel strategy and taxes when you're in selling options in general. It's a topic not a lot of us like to talk about, but it's so important to get this right. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my 2026 option selling tax guide, as well as my #1 resources if you need a professional to help you out with your option selling. And if you just drop a comment down below on today's video, you're going to get this full guide that you can download for yourself, as well as all of my contacts to help you out with your option selling taxes. And while you're down there, I would really appreciate you hitting that like button and that subscribe button. It helps a lot more than you know. But let's get into this, guys. Listen, I know this isn't a fun topic. I don't want to be talking about taxes. I just want to be collecting the juicy premiums and moving on with my life and being able to collect and keep all of my money, of course. But that's not the reality we live in. Whether you're starting a business, whether you're running the wheel strategy, buying options, selling options, taking gains, the unfortunate reality is it's unavoidable. Death and taxes. Let's get it. So, again, guys, I am not a CPA. I am not an accountant. This is just some tax tips that I've gathered over the years. And if you need a CPA that I trust, that I've worked setting up my businesses, my LLCs, taxes, all sorts of good stuff, I will leave a link for that in the description of today's video if you need that personal contact with somebody that can help you out with your taxes. So click that link down below if you are looking for a CPA. But again, nothing here is tax advice. Speak with them if you want actual tax advice. So let's first talk about why tax strategy actually matters for option sellers, okay? Now, here's the thing, guys. When you're collecting premiums from selling options, right, you're running essentially a cash flow business, right? A cash flow machine. Let's talk about it. But if you don't have a game plan, or somebody has a game plan for you, right, the IRS is going to, quietly be that business partner of yours taking your money away from you. And that is unavoidable, but there's a way to strategize this, okay? Now, again, if you're somebody like me, look, I'm a busy person. I've got business, I've got work, I got faith, family, fitness, all the other things I'd rather be doing with my life. I'm somebody that has been in my life. I will hire professionals to handle it for me. I'd rather give somebody a couple $100, $1,000 a year to just get it off my plate, file my taxes for me without me actually doing it. Because again, professionals save you a lot of money, right? But we're going to be breaking down how the taxes work, how if you may want to set up an LLC to trade out of, and honestly, when you should. And you got to make those decisions for yourself, or your CPA can help you out. And of course, how to stay compliant with all of this stuff, right? So, which one is actually right? So most people are going to start with your standard brokerage account. I have a standard brokerage account as well that I still sell options out of, right? And it's typically you're going to for the long term, right? You're never just going to only trade out of an LLC account, right? We all have different accounts that we're trading out of, right? But most people start with that personal account. Obviously, the taxes here are a lot simpler, okay? However, you are taxed on short-term capital gains. That's considered ordinary income for most options trades that expire or are closed within that first year, okay? Now, the nice part about this is you don't have additional entity costs to set this up. Not that setting up an LLC is that expensive. It's like a couple $100, but, right, it opens you up to being able to have business expenses, right? For example, let's say you open up an LLC, an S Corp or an LLC, right? Well, guess what? You can now have normal business expenses, right? Like, for example, let's say your laptop breaks and you need to trade, right? Like, that is the business. Your trade, you need a new laptop. Well, guess what? You can use that money from your S Corp to buy yourself a new laptop. Or let's say there's some trading software that you take advantage of to use, or trading materials, whatever it might be, a book on options or whatever it is, right? You're going to be able to, have these normal business expenses, right, with your business. Obviously, consult a CPA for any of those expenses. Of course, I'm just telling you, what I like, how I set things up for myself, right? Now, obviously, an LLC or an S Corp isn't always necessary. It really depends on what you want. Now, my number is if you're making 6 figures a year, or you have a very large portfolio that's generating, a good amount of premium, again, over $100,000 a year, I would suggest taking a look at S Corps or an LLC. I believe they're a lot worth it, right? Now, if you don't know what an S Corp is, essentially, most of these you're going to set up as like a single member LLC, and you're going to have an S Corp designation, and that can offer a lot of tax advantages for you, right? You're paying yourself a reasonable salary, right? And that's how you have to consider, right? Like, this is a living, breathing thing, right? This is a business, right? It has its own EIN number, right? Kind of like a social security number, but for businesses, right? And it has its own expenses. It's generating revenue. It's reinvesting profits, right? It's paying you a salary on what a reasonable salary, right? You're able to take distributions as well, right? Maybe you killed it one month and you're like, man, you crushed it. Well, guess what? You could take a nice distribution plus a salary increase or a bonus, right? Obviously, your CPA will be able to help you out there. But and the nice thing about those distributions, guys, is you're not subject to self-employment tax on those, right? But you again talk to a CPA, because you can't just be like, oh, I'm only taking distributions, I ain't taking no reasonable salary. That's a red flag with the IRS, and you're gonna get your butt in trouble, right? So be careful with that. But your accountant or your CPA will be able to easily help you out here. This is a very common thing, setting up your S corp. But most importantly, you need to run a clean set of books, right? This is where an accountant comes in handy tremendously for you. So listen, when do you consider using an entity? Honestly, you're making six figures or more, I would say, with options, right? But at the very least, you need a CPA account. Whether you're using a brokerage, just by yourself, and you're only collecting maybe $5,000-$10,000 a year in premium, you still need a CPA, somebody that specializes in options that can file your taxes for you correctly. If you're collecting like $1,000 a year, okay, sure, maybe at that point you could just do it yourself. But I think we're all in this business to be able to, our portfolios are growing, we're investing into it. Right, and our goals are to obviously continue to do so and grow this as a business, right? Obviously, you want to write off business-related expenses, education tools, home office supplies, things like that are all part of your trading. Man, I can't stress enough how important this piece is, right? And how much money that saves you, because most of you, right, like I said, like you have so many business expenses that you could have running through your business instead of you personally, because essentially you're getting like taxed like twice, right? So here, like again, like your education tools, software, obviously like laptops, and maybe you need an additional screen or whatever it is that you need, right? Like for your trading and your business, you're going to be able to do that. And then obviously, if you're ever planning to scale your options to be a full-time or part-time. Now, the way our strategy works, I wouldn't say this is a full-time gig. For me, during my retirement years, I'm going to, quote unquote, be doing it full time. But this is I wouldn't even say like a part-time this thing. This is like more of like a few hours a week kind of thing. At least the way I like to trade. I don't want to be a full-time trader. Way too much pressure, in my personal opinion. But that still doesn't mean that you can't own a business, right? Just because you don't have to be doing it full-time. You could still own a business and only be spending a few hours a week on it, right? But everything is set up correctly from a tax perspective. You see what I'm saying? Right now, again, there's a couple options in terms of like accounts here. Obviously, you have your taxable brokerage account. That's, again, most of you will have your normal taxable brokerage account. You don't really have like any kind of restrictions that you have with a lot of these other accounts. You're paying, obviously, taxes on gains every year. Obviously, Roth IRAs, if yours qualifies for or you have to get approved for, depending on what brokerage you're using, you can do this. And the great part about this is your gains grow tax-free, but, right, you have limits on those contributions per year. I forget what it is. Is it like $7,500 this year or something like that? You can look that up via Google very easily. So there are limits with that, but guess what? In 10 years from now, maybe it's at $100,000 if you just start contributing, right? And you're selling maybe smaller positions with your options, right? That's fantastic. Depends on your broker, though. Not all of your brokers are going to allow you to do this out of your Roth. But again, switch. Right? Like, let's be real, guys. Like, these brokers are ripping us off, most of us, especially like a Robinhood, right? Guess what they're doing when your money is sitting waiting to buy a cash secured put? They're using that money to make money, right? And I stopped that. I nipped that right in the bud. That's why I moved to Fidelity. When my money is waiting to buy cash secured puts, I'm earning interest on my collateral around like 4% per year at the time we're recording this. Obviously, you can also do traditional IRAs. If you're in you have a business, or maybe through your companies like 401ks, but this is more if you're like self-employed. You could check whoever your provider is. You could do from your SEP. You could do from your solo 401ks as well. And then also, some of these will allow you to do it from your HSA account. A lot of people don't think about this, but some of them will allow you to actually do options trading from your HSA account. And there is some incredible tax advantages to do this out of your HSA account. But again, your advisor, whoever, you will be able to help you out here. But this is how you got to start thinking outside the box, guys, right? Because a lot of you got a whole bunch of accounts sitting out there. You've got your maybe your buy and hold or 401k, like let's say you don't want to touch, but maybe you do have an HSA and you're like, whoa, I didn't think I could trade options out of that. Maybe I could trade, switch a provider, do something, call them, see if I can get approved for options, right? Start thinking outside the box with this stuff, because you'd be shocked shocked how there's money being left on the table for you here, especially if you're trying to sell options on one of these types of accounts, right? So what taxes do you owe? Obviously, this is usually the big question. How does that work? Well, let's kind of talk about that. Most of the stuff you're going to be getting hit with short-term capital gains, right? And that's going to be taxed at your ordinary income rate. It's inevitable. Most of you will argue with me about the fact of Pia, but you're triggering taxable events when you're running the wheel strategy. Who cares? Welcome to life, right? Whether you're running a business, whatever, your taxes are unavoidable, okay? Taxes are unavoidable. It's part of the business. Okay, that is part of this. Okay, obviously with cash secured puts or covered calls that expire worthless, obviously you're getting that full premium is recognized as short-term capital gains. If you were aside, the premium reduces your cost basis of the shares that you buy and sell. And if you close early and buy to close, that difference between open and close premium, that is your gain or loss. Pretty standard, what you would think, kind of common sense in my opinion. But this is important, right? Your gains on your options that are held less than a year, that's considered short term. Okay, I cannot stress this, right? And most of our options do, right? Unless you're continuing to roll your positions and kicking that can down the road, that is a smart option for you, pun intended, of course, right? But that is an option. So some people that have really good, cost bases on like Apple or whatever, they're just rolling for a credit every single month or 2 months, and they keep rolling. They keep kicking that can down the road because they don't want to sell their shares and trigger short-term capital gains. But if you've been holding the shares for a long time, you'll be taxed a little bit lighter if it's over a year period, right? Now, keep good records. Can't stress it enough. Keep good records of everything. Trade confirmations, all this stuff is going to be sent to you anyway by your brokerage. If you've got a good CPA, and again, this isn't like an expensive, $10,000 a year CPA. The people down below, if you click that link, these are great people. They're not going to charge you an arm and a leg to do this stuff for you once a year. They know what they're doing, okay? You simply give them the documents that they need, right? And they've got you. And that's why it's important to work. Don't just call H&R Block, right? That's never done on the corner of your house, right? And be like, hey, I've options. They're not going to know they'll say they do, but they don't. They have no idea what they're talking about, right? You got to work with people that understand this stuff. Obviously, keep your own logs. This is super helpful. Even my super simple, options premium, my trade log template is going to be very helpful for them. Again, this one you can get for free at the Ark Options Workshop. I will leave a link. Plus, you'll get my 2 premium calculators as well. So that will be another link down below there for you if you want to grab my trade log completely for free at the end of the Ark Options Workshop. I give it to you, teach you how to use it, and then obviously give it to you for free. But with that said, keep your own logs, keep your own records. You're going to do a great job. This is elementary, right? This is very elementary and not designed to be a difficult thing for you to do. And then obviously noting that assignment and early closures, the trade log will do that. Your account will be able to take all the logs from all your different accounts, or if you're just using one account, cross-reference it with all your information, and they got it. This is what they do full time. And in my personal opinion, I rather handle things to professionals because they're going to know, tax, they can actually give you tax advice, hey, how and help you potentially save a lot more on your taxes. So usually your CPA will set you up with some sort of software as well. So they will be tracking everything for you anyway, but obviously key being they understand options. Track every trade. Again, Google Sheets, any kind of online trade log for you is going to be really helpful. Obviously use wash sale rules correctly. And this applies to your losses, right? Selling and rebuying too fast is sometimes may disallow those losses, but your CPA can actually talk about that for you. Key. And I made this mistake many times over the years, guys. Set aside taxes throughout the year. I know you see the premiums, and you just want to go and spend it, pay yourself from it. But listen, treat this like a real, like an actual living business that you have, right? And set aside taxes, pay your taxes, right? Make your quarterlies, right? And you're gonna just be okay. But don't try to do some sketchy stuff that's gonna end up getting you, audited or in trouble or something like that. Obviously, I already mentioned that. File quarterly if you're being consistent with your options selling. Okay, some common mistakes to avoid, right? Don't assume that just because you have an LLC, you're going to have automatic saving. It's not. It has to be structured correctly based on you. Usually an S corp, I have found, is a great way to structure it, but your broker will be able to help you out with that. You want to separate that personal and business finances. That if you're using an LLC, I can't stress this enough. This is very, very important. Don't be commingling funds. That's going to just make everybody's life a lot difficult. Don't ever forget about your state taxes as well. I cannot stress this enough. This is huge. People forget this. They think, oh, just federal. No, you're getting hit with state. We just taxes left, right. Just doesn't stop. Just showered. It's insane. But that's just this is the way. This is the country that we live in. Don't forget about this. It's inevitable, right? And it's part of the game, right? It's part of the game. It's unavoidable. You can cry about it or you can deal with it, right? And that's how we deal with it, right? Because in my personal opinion, that's us, as option sellers, entrepreneurs or people that are doing this, right? We don't make excuses, right? We find solutions, okay? And then obviously keep all your receipts of everything. If you buy a laptop, you buy whatever you need for your business, keep receipts, right? Keep the records of everything, and you're going to be just okay? So if you need somebody that's going to help you out yearly with your planning, January, I wanted to get this video out for you guys to get off to the right start, especially if you need help with your accounting and your taxes and stuff like that. And people that are good quality people that I've worked with now close to a decade, they're going to be able to hook you up. Click the first link in the description of today's video. I've worked with these people for so many years. I'm very close friends with the CEO of that company. He's a great friend of mine, and they're going to take care of you, especially if you're looking for somebody that's specialized with option selling, and they're not going to charge you an arm and a leg. So click that first link in the description of today's video, and you'll be able to book a call, with those people over at Prime Corporate Services, and they're going to take care of you, especially with your taxes in 2026. Guys, remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.